Hey guys, what's going on? Today I want to give you a little review of the Instagram growth service Pathsocial right here. And not only that, but I kind of want to compare it to one of the most popular Instagram growth services out there right now, which is actually a software, an Instagram mass story viewer software, which is called wolfgrowth.com. It's really popping right now. So I kind of want to take the chance right here to compare it to this tool and let you guys know the pros and cons of how all of these things work right here. Okay. So first of all, let's start off with Pathsocial. And as you can see right here, they promise you real organic Instagram followers, no bots, no fake users, blah, blah, blah. We all know all of these websites out there, they say that, but especially for sites where you can check the pricing right here, where you can actually buy followers directly, it's not really likely that all of these followers are going to be real. I'm going to tell you that right now. So when we have a look at the pricing packages, we can see they have two packages right here. One is Instagram Core for $29 a month, and the bigger one is Instagram Elite for $41 a month. Okay. Looks pretty affordable right here when you consider the amount of followers they promise. The first package they promise 800 to 1,500 followers, and the second package they promise you 2,000 to 3,500 followers a month. Okay, so now the problem is you have to look at how do they actually generate the followers, because here's the thing, right? No company in the world, and trust me when I say this, I've been in the industry, I've been in the social media marketing industry since 2012. You know, I speak from experience when I tell you guys that you cannot just simply deliver real followers to an account and promise a certain number. Because think about it, how would you do that? Right? How would you just say, oh, I'm going to give you 800 real people a month, and they will follow you and they will like your content and stuff like that, right? So there has to be a way that they make sure that they give their clients the exact number every single time, so they won't complain and it will keep paying, right? So the way they do this is, the way they generate you these followers is, right here what they say they do is they use influencer shout outs, email newsletters, and stuff like that to grow your followers. But the problem is no one can actually promise you a certain amount just from shout outs or email newsletters, because you never know how many people are actually going to click and follow you and stuff like that, right? So they have to make sure that they deliver the promised number to you guys. And the way they do this is most likely to have a certain amount of users already in their system that agree to follow you, or they use straight up bots to make sure that you actually hit that number, right? Not saying all of these followers that you're going to get are going to be fake or bots or whatever. But what I'm saying is they have to do something to make sure that they delivered a promised amount of followers, right? And the way they actually give you the real followers most likely is they're going to log into your account and they're going to do the follow for follow method, their liking method and stuff like that. They do that with targeted people, and yes, you will get targeted followers from that. But the problem is it's a very, very outdated method, and it actually comes with a lot of risk too, because what happens is Instagram is going to shadow ban you. Instagram is going to put like restrictions on your account, and it's just going to be very, very annoying for you if you actually go ahead with this and do this, right? It's also like your following count is going to increase because they do follow for follow, and then every week they have to like unfollow people and stuff like that, right? So it's kind of weird. So when we look at another alternative right here, which is like the AI powered organic growth method right here by Wolf Growth, which is basically an Instagram mass story viewer tool, as I already said, and I'll explain to you guys what that means in a second. We can see that I got a bunch of packages right here. At first glance, it actually looks a little bit more expensive, but when we look at it, we can actually see that Wolf Plus, their smallest package right here, is only $99 a month, but it pretty much includes everything that you need in order to really make your Instagram account grow, right? It includes a mass story viewer that allows you to view tens of thousands of stories of highly targeted people every single day. And you can do all of this stuff. It's not just an Instagram mass story viewer. You can also do follow for follow and liking and all this stuff with Wolf Growth, right? So now you don't even have to give anyone else, another company, your account, but you can literally just log in to the software right here, connect your Instagram account, and it's all in your hands. So the way this works, guys, is really simple. You just sign up with the software, and they will email you like your login details, and you would just log into your account. And the first thing you guys want to do is, once you actually signed up, is you want to add an account, because obviously you're not going to have one. And what you want to do is you want to go to connect new account. And there you simply want to enter your Instagram username, your Instagram password. And don't worry, guys, it's not actually going to be, Wolfgrove is going to see your password, because it's directly somehow connected through the Instagram API or whatever. I don't know exactly how that works technically, but it's pretty much entering your password right here is pretty much like entering it just like on Instagram, like on the app. You know what I'm saying? Because it's connected. Because they also ask you for like a verification method right here. You should always use like email and stuff. So once that's done, you're actually going to be seeing your account right here. And then you want to go down. The most important feature right here is called the Mass Story Engager Pro tool, right? And you want to click on your account, and there you can see all this stuff right here. You can see, look at all this stuff they got going on right here. Okay. You can choose your targets based on like followers, hashtags, post likers, hashtag likers, places, which actually lets you target certain locations. So if, for example, if you got a business in, I don't know, New York City, you can target people from New York City. You can target people there on the Explore page. So then you got all the story actions right here, view stories, like stories. You can do post voting, post sliders, quiz answers, all that stuff, guys. Really, there's no limits right here. Okay. Story actions. Then you have mass interactions, right? That's where you can technically, by the way, I don't recommend this at all, really, because I personally don't do it at all, because I don't need it. Like I'm literally fine with just viewing tens of thousands and liking tens of thousands of stories every single day. It works very well for me. I do not need this stuff. But if you need it, you can do follow for follow. You can do the follow method. You can do like, post, comments, likes. You have so many settings, guys, so many options. I will not go through all of this in this video right here, because it just takes too long. But there's a bunch of stuff, welcome DMs and all this stuff. In this video, though, we want to focus on the targeting and the story, the mass story viewer. Okay, so right here, first of all, obviously, guys, you want to get started. That's the first thing you want to do. Get started with your target settings, right? Because without that, you can't do any mass story viewing or anything like that, because that's just the way it is. Okay, so the easiest way to do this, guys, is, you can use all of these options right here, but what generally works the best for me is either to target people based on their followers or based on hashtags. Right now, currently, I'm just doing followers, because it's literally just what works best for me personally. Okay, so I would highly recommend you guys go out there and try it first, just targeting people based on followers. And you also have to understand, this is not just gonna target people who are just following a certain big account in your niche, but the AI, the Wolfgrove AI, actually goes out there and it analyzes these big accounts right here and analyzes their followers, and it will only view the stories and engage with the people who are highly engaged with that account. So it will, because a lot of these big accounts have millions of followers. Obviously, we all know they have a bunch of inactive followers and a bunch of like bot accounts and stuff like that are just literally just following them. But that's not what Wolfgrove is actually going to, target. Wolfgrove is only going to target the people who are really engaged with that account, which means it looks at like how many times do people comment on their posts, how many times do they like the posts, are they viewing the big account stories. All of that kind of stuff feeds into the algorithm that Wolfgrove uses to actually determine whether or not it's a good target. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. The targets are all going to be awesome. It's all going to be work super well. Okay, now once that is done, we are going to come to the juicy part right here, which is the view stories and like stories, right? So once you first sign up, it will kind of look like this. And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to check view stories and check like stories. And I do not want you guys to change any of these settings right here. Okay, the default settings set by Wolfgrove are always the best settings. Now you could actually do post voting, post sliders, quiz answer, and all this stuff too. Obviously, if you use questions and answers, you will have to add your answers right here, if you want to answer certain stories and stuff like that. But that is more of an advanced thing. I might make another video on that in the future. But you can actually do that. Post voting, post sliders is good, but keep in mind you will actually get a few weird reactions if you actually do that too, because imagine, answering the polls or sliders or whatever of like tens of thousands of people every day. There's going to be people who are going to reach out to you because you voted in their polls and stuff like that, but you will get attention, but I don't know if that's for everyone. Okay. But with the view stories and the like stories, there's literally nothing that you can go wrong. The only thing that will happen is you will get a bunch of followers from that because you're going to view tens of thousands of stories every single day. Currently, I'm probably getting around like 200, 300, sometimes 400 followers every single day on my own personal account, which I'm not even active on. Like, I literally don't post anything. I posted the last actual post I made was like, a year ago, and the last story I posted was like 2 months ago. I literally don't post anything on there. And on my niche accounts, though, right? On my niche accounts, I get like literally like 1,000 followers a day or something. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. And once that's all done, all you got to do is you go down and click active right here, and then you click save, and it will actually perform all the actions for you. You view tens of thousands of stories every single day. And if you want to check how you actually performed, you want to go to stats, and it's going to show you all the stats right here. You need to see like how many stories you viewed, how many stories you liked, and all of this stuff, right? So, and it will also show you how many new followers you gain every single day. As you can see right here, just in this day alone, I gained like 250 followers, and I viewed over 30,000 stories right here, okay? Which is pretty insane. It's going to for me personally, that personal account is going to average out, around like 200, 300 followers a day, probably every single month, When you compare it to, a Pathsocial or whatever, like you have to give them all your username, you have to give them all your details, your password and stuff like that, and then just going to do follow for follow, and they are going to probably going to somehow deliver that amount of followers to you because you paid them. They can't really do anything else because they have to, because you paid money for it. But if they do not meet that goal of like the followers they promised you by doing their normal methods, which they say is like shout outs and newsletters and follow for follow, whatever, right? Which is kind of unrealistic, but let's just pretend that's actually what they do. They will add more followers to your account. I will not go into detail how they will do it, but they will use certain methods that we don't want to mention right here in order to make that happen, so you don't want your money back, okay? So in my own personal humble opinion, I would really definitely recommend wolfgrove.com to you guys. Which is the best Instagram mass story viewer and just best Instagram tool out there right now in the market, because it's not only an Instagram mass story viewer, but you can do so much more stuff, right? You can schedule posts, you can do, you can answer DMs, you can pretty much manage your whole Instagram account, and not just manage, but grow your Instagram account through the software. You just have to add your account once, and then it's pretty much autopilot. You do have to like check in every now and then, so if it's like running to your satisfaction, stuff like that, but usually it's just real autopilot type stuff right here, okay? So if you guys do want to sign up with that, be sure to check the link in the description. I put a link right there. So if you have any other questions, be sure to ask them in the comments. That being said, I hope you guys liked the video. Have a great day, and see you in the next one.